Hey guys, James here today and welcome to a tier list. Now, you may have seen this all over YouTube. I'm late to the trend and it's kind of sad, but I did see Iron Seagull doing a Sims 4 tier list video just the other day, so big shout out to him because I saw his and I watched the whole thing. Really good, by the way. Go check it out. He makes a lot of really good commentary videos as well about the Sims and sort of predictions and all that stuff, so make sure to check out his channel down below. So I saw his, and it was really funny because obviously different players are going to have a different opinion of which packs that they like the most, which ones they rank higher than the others. Obviously, I've done a whole video of ranking all packs from top to bottom. So if you want to check that out, that will be linked up on the screen up there somewhere. But this one is obviously putting them in a tier list. So, you know, of terms of quality of the packs in general, rather than from 1 to 27. So we've obviously got rank S, which is the best, all the way down to F, which is a complete failure. And I think we all know which one's going to go in there at the start, so we'll just put that down there. My First Pet stuff. It is, look, here's the thing. It's actually a pretty popular pack, and I don't like saying that, but it is because a lot of people have it. It's got stuff that people want. You know, they want more stuff with cats and dogs, but the reason it gets an F is because it should have been in Cats and Dogs. It came out very shortly after Cats and Dogs. It charged $10 for a few things that were really just adding on to existing sets, so it looks like it was removed from Cats and Dogs. And a lot of the stuff was just recolors from base game content, which you could very easily make yourself in a few minutes. And it was basically a DLC for a DLC. You had to have Cats and Dogs to get the full value of it. So for that, it gets an F. Now, is there anything else that deserves an F? That's a good question because this is obviously all my opinion, and your list is probably going to look very different to my list, but this is what I reckon. And you know what? I actually honestly don't think there's anything else that deserves a complete F. F is like the worst of the worst pack ever. I think the bottom of every other pack is probably going to be an E because there's still redeeming factor that it's not a DLC for a DLC. Luxury party stuff can go into E. It's not great. It was the first stuff pack. It's $10 for some stuff that's not really that great. A bunch of clothes. There's like the buffet table thing, which is not that great. I don't think I've really ever used that pack since. So E, spooky stuff. This one is an E. Look, some people will say that they might get some use out of it. You might like it. In Iron Seagull's video, he talked about it being useful combined with seasons because obviously with holidays and all that, you get all the outfits and you can use it in that way. And that's fine. But I disagree. I disagree because I don't like this pack and I don't think it's useful. I think I may have used it like once since it came out. We used like the pumpkin carving station in seasons, and I'm not going to be ranking packs based off which packs they work well together. As a standalone pack, if you added this to your game, where does it sit? It sits at E. I'm not really sure. I can't really work my way up because it's hard to really judge a pack before I've selected it. So I'm going to select romantic garden stuff. Now this one, it had some nice items in it, even some garden things that I do use. I don't know if it's an E or a D or an E though, because, you know, I just looked up the item list. You know, there's a few things in there that are actually quite nice. Some of the hairs are actually quite good. It's definitely not an E. It's definitely not an E. I still use it. There's still some great stuff. C or a D though, because it's not like, whoa, this is amazing. It's like, yeah, it's good, but is it worth $10, you know? I reckon it's a D. It's a D. It's some nice stuff. You can do some cool stuff with it, but stuff packs really have to go above and beyond to get a higher ranking just because they cost $10 and you already don't get that much in them. So they really have to punch above their weight to get a higher ranking. And while we're talking about that, there are a few that do, such as Laundry Day stuff. That is amazing. That was the pack that the community as a whole, we all voted on it. There was a bunch of different options. We voted through it. We voted every stage, every style, everything that was going to go into it, and they executed it beautifully. It is such a fantastic pack. It is definitely my favorite stuff pack. I use it all the time. I still use it. A lot of the items in it are beautiful and really well detailed. And the gameplay associated with laundry, even though laundry sounds like the most boring thing ever, it's actually pretty good gameplay for a stuff pack. And $10 is like totally worth it. So absolutely. That one, S tier. Obviously, okay. Also, I should probably make this clear. S tier, there's obviously going to be stuff packs and expansion packs in that. And it doesn't mean that a stuff pack is as good as an expansion pack, if that makes sense. It means that the level of quality of that pack is the same. It's not like value per dollar. It's based on the quality of the pack rather than, you know, how much it comes with. Okay, what's next? Which one should we pick? Bowling night stuff. Okay, so this one is interesting because bowling, obviously this whole pack is supposed to be about bowling, but I don't think I ever really use bowling. I have a bowling alley in one of my houses. We don't use it. The items that come with it are pretty nice. The sort of mid-century style. It's okay. It's a D. It's like, yeah, it's good, but you don't really need it. You could live without it. Now, this one's always a funny one. Cool kitchen stuff. This is like, I swear I'm like in the minority on this. I actually really like this pack. Which I think most people don't, just because it's called Cool Kitchen Stuff. It comes with one kitchen set, which I admit is not much, but the fact I use it so often that to me it is worth it. I guess, but realistically, the level of quality is not on par with, you know, S tier, not even A really. Probably, if I'm being real, either a B or a C. I guess for me, the amount that I use it would probably bump it up to a B, but it's not going to be any higher than that just because it has one kitchen. I mean, obviously it brought ice cream, which is great. Whoa, ice cream, cool. But yeah, it can't get any higher than that just because it doesn't have enough. Backyard stuff. This is also another one that I think... Wait, this is one that I always get confused with. Yeah, backyard stuff and perfect patio. God, first of all, they're both basically the same theme, and I get confused between them all the time. But the better one out of those two is definitely backyard stuff. The items in it are nicer. I don't know if B... You know what? It has a lot of items that I use all the time. So I'm going to actually put that at a B ranking as well. I actually really like that one. Perfect patio stuff, definitely far from perfect. Very far from perfect. But I don't think it's a D tier. Oh, maybe it is though, because it's kind of on the level of those things. Like there's some things in it that I do use, that I do like, but it's not really like, it doesn't really push it up to C. It does have a very good selection of items that it's very versatile. C, D, C. Okay, I think if I'm torn between, here's a rule. If I'm torn between two categories, we round down because clearly it's not good enough for me to put it in a C tier. So we're gonna go down to D, which I think is a bit harsh, but that's where it belongs. All right, Vintage Glamour. This one is like super stylized. It's got old school Hollywood theming. It comes with the butler, which is cool. If you have a big house, don't use them. They not good, but I guess that's the same as any NPC. Comes with the vanity table. But the thing is, it's, you know what? I think it's a D tier too, just because for me, like the items in it are good. There's some things I use, but again, it's not a C for me. We've got some big gaps in here. And I don't know if any of these other ones can fill those. Fitness stuff, that's a D. Is it a D? Maybe it's an E. No, I think I've done this wrong. All right, I'm moving Romantic Garden up to a C. Bowling Night stuff up to a C, because those are good items. These two are going to stay here. Because I think that the balance, these two were starting to drag down these two. These are not that bad. They're pretty good. Like, well, the bowling and that's not good, but the items in it I do quite like. Vintage Glamour, again, nice items, but... Oh, you know what? No, I think I need to swap these. Nah, screw Bowling Night stuff. Go down here. Vintage Glamour can go on C. Let's get some nice items. So does that, but bowling is so lame. At least it's come to the butler. Fitness stuff. Yeah, we put that at E, didn't we? It's not that good. D? Maybe a D. No, it's gonna go D. It's better than those, but it's still not... It's like... You can give it a miss. You don't need it, but yeah, it's all right. All right, so we're getting down to the last few stuff packs here. These are actually pretty good, these three. Toddler stuff, which, you know, came with the ball pit. Everyone's favorite. I make fun of it all the time. In fact, in one of my recent videos, I had it as my green screen background, so I make fun of it still to this day. And for that, it earns an S tier because it's great, memeable content. Actually, by that logic, this should be up. No, I'm kidding. No, it's not an S tier. It does have some nice items, though. Like, all the play equipment is actually pretty good. But I never use it, so... But all the, like, decorative items and stuff are quite nice. And it does come with a lot of clothes, but I guess I don't really use toddlers that much. I'm gonna go, it's a B. It's a pretty nice quality pack. Are they gonna make it into A tier? Is B too good for this? No, it's a B. It's a B. Movie Hangout stuff actually came with a lot of really nice things, too. It's a weird... I think overall, it's a style I don't really like. It's very... What is it, like, bohemian? Is that the style of it? Overall, it's a style I don't really like, but every single individual piece I think I've used somewhere because they're really good accent pieces and everything's super nice and the outfits are quite good. You know, I think this is probably an A tier pack. It's pretty good quality. It's a stupid name, really stupid name for this theme pack. I use the items from it all the time. Movie Hangout stuff, dumb name, really dumb name. Beautiful items. It comes with the whole movie system and all that kind of stuff. Lots of really nice clothes and hair, so it's pretty good. Kids room stuff, I think they're the same sort of thing. Actually really good too. A bunch of items I use all the time. Really nice quality. I reckon that's probably an A tier. So that's the ranking of the stuff packs. You see, you know, this accidentally formed like almost a perfect like bell curve of pack quality. With that down the bottom. Look, this gets this just because of the politics surrounding it, shall you say? Yeah, that's the stuff packs. I think that's a pretty good set. I'm okay with that. Some of these you probably have them in different spots. I'm sure of it. But there you go. All right, moving on. Game packs. Let's start with Outdoor Retreat. I don't like this at all. I never use it. It's an E tier. That's probably unfair. I think there's some items, I think I still use some items in build buy, but it's a pack that I just don't use. Like, and I feel like I'm not using it at all. It doesn't inspire me. It was the first game pack, so it's just not there. It's just not the same as the others. And actually, but Spa Day is worse than that. No, this is going up. All right, Outdoor Retreat's going to D. Spa Day is E. I use Spa Day far less. The only redeeming quality of Spa Day is the build buy stuff. Use that all the time, but actual gameplay, it's a game pack. There should be good gameplay with it. It's not there. Dine Out. I love this pack, but it is so buggy. It is the buggiest, probably the buggiest thing out of The Sims 4, right? Is there anything worse than the restaurants? Let me know in the comments down below. This is the buggiest thing you will ever play, but it's so fun. But it can't get higher than a C. It's better than Outdoor Retreat. I play it a lot, but it's just the bugs wreck it. This is a quality list. This is a C. Vampires, I don't like vampires. As in a theme and a gameplay item, I just don't like it. But this pack was done so well. And this pack clearly was an inspiration for multiple other systems in the game. Like in Get Famous, we get the whole skill tree system taken from vampires used for celebrities. Like, this was a really, really good pack. But because I don't like vampires, it's going to get an A tier. It is very, very good though. And then Parenthood, S tier. That's fantastic. This is pretty much S tier to me is like, you must buy this pack for The Sims 4 at some point. If you're looking for a pack, basically if you're looking for a pack and if you trust my opinion, if you don't, then you can ignore this whole list. But you start at the top, you're like, okay, I don't have the S tier packs, so buy those. And then you slowly work your way down, and then yeah, that's how you should approach buying them. So Parenthood, it changes the game so much from just a game pack, the way that it changes how you approach raising a family and controlling a family. And it just adds a lot of gameplay to it, and it adds a lot more storytelling, or at least story threads that you can decide to follow if you want. If that makes sense, it's really good. The character values and all that stuff, earning the traits for your kids as they grow up, the parenting skill, all that stuff, really, really good. Strangerville. This is an interesting one because it's hard. It's actually kind of hard to rank this against all the other packs because it is so different. It's almost like its own category because it's very much based upon if you like story-driven gameplay. And that's typically not how I like playing games. And I would have preferred this as a standalone game. And I know many people disagree with that, and that's fine. There's lots of reasons why it should be a game pack rather than a standalone game. But it is done really well. And the quality of it is really good. And you get the whole world as well in a game pack that you can live in. But because I'm not a really big fan of the sort of... Okay, here's the problem with it. And it's the same problem with a lot of these stuff packs. The only ones, so Dine Out, Vampires, and Parenthood, you can play those all the time. They've got so much replayability. They're going to always be there. I guess the same can be said for Outdoor Retreat and Spa Day, technically, but I just don't really use them that much. But mostly those three there, the replayability is super high. Strangerville, there's not really much replayability if you want to do the story again. It's the same story, but you know how it ends and you know how to do everything. So it's like, you can't really replay it. It's got really good quality, but you can obviously use the world and play and all that. Good quality, A tier, but because it's not replayable, it doesn't really change up if you play it again. It can't be an S. Like, it just can't be. Jungle Adventure, same sort of issue with this one. Replayability is just not there. You go to the jungle, yes, a few times to make sure you do everything, but after you've done that, it's like, well, now what? But again, it does have really nice quality stuff. I'm just not sure if it's A. I don't think it's A. I reckon it's B, because Strangerville, you get the whole residential world. Jungle Adventure, you do get a world, but it's a destination world, which is kind of lame. I don't like destination worlds because I want to live there, but you can't. So there. All right, that is the game pack rankings. Pretty good, except for Spa Day and Outdoor Retreat. Okay, expansion packs. The best one is Seasons, 100%. This is the best expansion pack so far. Same with Parenthood. Changes the existing gameplay so much. And in my ranking videos before, I've put these at the top. These three are the best. 100% get those if you don't have them. The weather systems are good. They're not annoying. I found myself, I know, again, people disagree with this, but in previous Sims games, in like Sims 3 and even Sims 2, I found weather really annoying. I don't know what it was. I just didn't like it. And I used to always just turn it off. I was like, screw weather. I don't want it. Sims 4, I actually really like it. It seems less obtrusive, but it's also there and adds a lot of dimension to the gameplay. Then the whole holiday system and event system, really nice. The calendar. It overall really good quality pack. What's next? What's next? My least favorite expansion probably is Get Together, but Get Together has a really good world. Probably one of the best worlds. It's a super diverse world in the sense that it has so many different biomes, if that makes sense. Like it's got the farmland, it's got the downtown, old school European city. It's got the modernized, renovated boardwalk area. It's also got the island. It's a really big world. I think it's the biggest world in terms of individual lots. But the actual gameplay, I don't use it. I never use clubs. And I know some people do, but I don't. D? Is it as bad as D? Is it? I mean, I use the world a lot. It's got to be a C. The amount that I use the world is got to bump that up. City Living. I don't like this pack. I could live without this very easily, and I know there's so many people that disagree with that. See, the thing is, I reckon I could live without City Living. It feels really bad to put an expansion on the same level as like Bowling Night stuff, though. I think I've got this wrong, though. Yeah. Get Together is not better than City Living. It's just not. All right, Get Together's going down. Get Together's down there. City Living is here. City Living's not that bad. I'm just not a big fan of it. And I can live without it. But yeah, those aren't the same level to me. They're not. All right, Get to Work. This one, probably the worst expansion pack. But having said that, I like it better than those two. Worse in the sense of it's rough around the edges. It doesn't seem super polished in a lot of places, but I still quite like it. It's not better. It's not there. It's either C or D. I'm putting these really far down. I feel bad now, but they're just not. You know, they don't deliver what I would expect from expansion pack. It doesn't do enough. But I do like Get to Work. I love retail stores. That's my thing, but they're just not as good as the Sims 2 ones. For some reason, they perfected retail in The Sims 2 in like 2006, and it's just never got back there again. It's been 2006 and whoop, all the way down. The interactive careers are actually really good if you do play them, and I've played them a couple of times now. Again, same sort of replayability issue, but it's been years in between, so I've played them again just recently. But it's probably a C tier. It's good. Meh. Get Famous, the quality of this pack is really good. It's not an S tier though, because it's just not Seasons. If I'm putting something on the level of Seasons, it's just not. It's either an A or a B. The world is small. It should be a lot bigger. The career is a lot of fun, but the replayability again is lacking. The career is very, very well done. Like it's way better than the interactive careers from Get to Work for sure. But it obviously still suffers from the replayability issue, and a lot of the gameplay has gone into that career. So then when you're doing stuff that isn't part of that career, obviously there's still stuff from Get Famous you can do, like the content creation and video making and all that kind of stuff, but there's just not as much gameplay outside of the career as maybe from some other packs. It is good, but I don't think it's an A tier. I think it's a B tier. It's very good, but not that great. Cats and Dogs is an A tier though, because the world is fantastic. Cats and Dogs are great. Really enjoy that. This is like really even. I almost don't want to do it like this, but that's kind of how we've ended up. And this is just me ranking them on the spot, and I think this is probably good. Let's have a look. S tier, 100%. I no disputes there. A tier, yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I think this is all looking pretty good. Cool kitchen. Is there anything that I've put where it shouldn't be? Get to Work and Get Together. E tier, those guys. I think that's pretty good. I think that's where I want to put those. And I think that's going to be my final list. I think that's it. So let me know how much you disagree with this list. Obviously, very much my own opinion on which packs I like and which ones that I don't, which ones I think have better quality than other ones. That is my Sims 4 tier list. But thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down below, and have an awesome day.